He only disappears on Thursdays. Part 3. I didn't sleep, not really. I just lay there, staring into darkness while my brain replayed the same impossible thought over and over again. The man beside me never truly existed, not completely, not fully. And somehow that hurt even worse than fear, because if he had been fully fake, then maybe I could have hated him cleanly. But he wasn't fake. That's what made this unbearable. The way he laughed with our daughter was real. The way he rubbed my back when I got migraines was real. The way he memorized exactly how I took my coffee after 1 week together was real. So what do you do when the person you love is both your safest place and the source of your terror? Around 4:12 a.m., I heard the couch creak softly, then silence, then footsteps toward the kitchen. I stayed frozen in bed, listening. Cabinet opening, glass clinking, water running, ordinary sounds. That's what kept making this psychologically impossible. Nothing around me looked dangerous, no weapons, no screaming, no threatening behavior, just a man drinking water in the middle of the night while my nervous system slowly unraveled itself. I walked into the kitchen quietly. He looked up instantly. God, the exhaustion in his face, not fake exhaustion, real, like he hadn't emotionally rested in years. Neither of us spoke at first. Moonlight from the window cut across the kitchen floor. The apartment felt colder somehow, like truth itself changed temperature. Finally, I whispered, "How long were you going to hide this?" His jaw tightened, then relaxed again.
Forever.
That answer physically hurt, because part of me already knew it before he said it. Of course, he planned forever. People don't build fake lives hoping for temporary happiness. They build them hoping love will somehow erase who they used to be. I sat down across from him slowly, still careful, still unsure. That broke something inside him instantly. I saw it happen in real time. The realization that I no longer moved around him naturally. No trust, no softness. Fear changes body language first. "Tell me everything." He stared at the table too long before answering. Then quietly,
You'll hate me.
I swallowed hard because the terrifying part I still didn't, not completely. And maybe that made me just as dangerous emotionally. He told me pieces slowly, never dramatic, never cinematic, which somehow made everything feel more real. Back in his country, his father owed money, large money, the kind people disappear over. At 19, he started working for men connected to organized financial operations. At first, it sounded harmless. Transport, documents, moving cash, fake identities, no violence directly around him yet. Young men survived dangerous environments by pretending danger is temporary. Then slowly the line moved. Every year a little darker. People threatened, businesses destroyed, men beaten, fear normalized. And eventually he stopped noticing how abnormal everything had become. That sentence stayed with me.
You stop noticing darkness when you live inside it long enough.
God, I kept staring at his hands while he spoke. Normal hands, the same hands that buttoned tiny baby pajamas, the same hands that held my face gently every night. How many versions of a person exist inside one body? Then finally I asked, "Did you kill anyone?" Silence, long enough to suffocate me. He looked away first, not toward me, toward our daughter's room, and suddenly I understood something horrifying, whatever answer came next. He hated himself for it already. Finally,
No, but people were hurt because I stayed.
that answer settled into my chest like ice. Not innocence, not guilt, something far more human and terrible: complicity. The sun started rising slowly outside, and suddenly I realized something surreal. People were driving to work right now, buying coffee, walking dogs, living normal mornings, while I sat across from a man I loved, trying to understand whether the last 6 years of my life were real. Reality is strange like that. Your whole world can collapse while everybody else still stops for gas and complains about traffic. Then I asked the question poisoning me internally: why me? His eyes snapped toward mine instantly. Real emotion there.
What?
Why choose me? The sentence sounded uglier out loud, like maybe our entire relationship had been strategy, convenience, cover, and for the first time all night, he got angry. Not explosive anger, wounded anger.
Because I loved you.
My chest tightened painfully. He stood up suddenly, started pacing slowly, restless energy underneath his skin.
Do you think I planned this? Do you think I wanted any of this near you?
His voice cracked unexpectedly.
You were supposed to be the one good thing in my life.
God, that sentence almost destroyed me because broken people say things like that honestly. Then suddenly our daughter cried softly through the monitor. Both of us froze instantly. Parental instinct, automatic, and then again,
Mama,
I stood quickly, but before I reached the hallway, he gently caught my wrist, not aggressively, barely touching me. Still, my entire body reacted, and the second he felt me flinch, he let go like the contact burned him. God, the look on his face, that moment changed him more than anything else that night, because suddenly he realized I was physically afraid of him now. I went to our daughter alone. She reached for me sleepily immediately. Warm little body, safe little body. I held her tighter than usual, too tight probably. She touched my face softly.
Mama sad?
I smiled quickly, the fake mother smile, the one women use while emotionally bleeding internally. Just tired, baby. She nodded sleepily against my shoulder, trusting me completely. And suddenly panic exploded through my chest because motherhood changes fear. Before children, women fear heartbreak. After children, women fear danger. Later that afternoon, I couldn't stop watching him. That was the strangest part. I kept studying him like maybe somewhere inside his face I'd suddenly discover the truth visibly, but he still looked like himself, still moved like himself, still cut strawberries into tiny pieces exactly the way our daughter liked, still tucked the blanket around her feet during naps. Normal, so painfully normal. That's what psychologically destroys people after betrayal. Not always the lies, the normality surrounding them. Around dinner time, there was a knock at the door. 3 quick knocks. My whole body froze instantly. Not dramatic, instinctive. I looked toward him automatically, and suddenly I saw something terrifying happen. His face emptied emotionally, completely. No warmth, no softness, nothing. Just calculation, fast, cold, professional. Then immediately gone, like it never happened. But I saw it, and now I couldn't unsee it. He stood slowly.
Stay here.
My throat tightened because suddenly even ordinary things felt dangerous. He checked the peephole carefully too carefully, then relaxed slightly. Package delivery, nothing else. But after closing the door, he locked it immediately, then checked the window, then the parking lot, and suddenly my stomach turned violently because these weren't random habits anymore. This was survival behavior, real survival behavior. That night, after our daughter fell asleep, I finally asked, "Are they dangerous?" Silence. Then,
Yes.
no hesitation, no comforting lie. Yes, that one word changed the emotional atmosphere of the entire apartment instantly. Danger became real, not theoretical, real. Then why stay here? Why build a family? Why have a child? His face broke slowly, like every question cut somewhere already wounded.
Because I wanted something normal badly enough to lie to myself.
That sentence stayed inside me because maybe that's what all people do eventually, build lives around the version of reality they desperately want to be true. Then finally, he told me about Thursday nights completely. The meetings happened in different locations constantly, industrial areas, parking lots, storage buildings, men connected indirectly to his old life. He paid them regularly, not because he owed money anymore, because as long as he stayed useful, we stayed untouched. The second contact disappeared entirely. Someone might start looking again. That's why he never stopped. Not fear for himself, fear for us. I sat there trying to absorb it all while my brain kept emotionally rejecting pieces. This sounded impossible, like movie dialogue, not real life, not our life, and yet suddenly every strange thing over 6 years fit together perfectly. The route changes, his awareness, never posting too much online, never discussing his past deeply, always checking exits in restaurants. Oh my God, he had never stopped running. Not really. Then came the sentence that changed everything. Quietly, almost accidentally,
Somebody saw you once.
my blood went cold instantly. What? His eyes dropped. Mistake. He hadn't meant to say that. I stood up immediately. Who? His voice stayed calm, but I saw a panic underneath it instantly.
Nothing happened.
Alexander. God. Even using his real name felt emotionally wrong. Foreign, sharp. Not him, not the man I knew. Who saw me? Long silence. Then quietly,
A man from my country recognized me at a gas station last year.
my entire body went numb. Last year. And he never told me. I physically backed away from him. You let me take our daughter places. You let us live normally. His voice cracked.
Because I handled it.
Handled it. What does that even mean? The horrifying part? I didn't ask because suddenly I wasn't sure I wanted answers anymore. That night, after he fell asleep on the couch again, I sat alone in the kitchen staring at the baby monitor, watching our daughter breathe softly, tiny chest rising and falling peacefully. And suddenly I understood something devastating. No matter what happened next, our old life was already gone. Even if we stayed together, even if nobody came looking, even if he truly loved us, I would never again look at him without also seeing the hidden world standing behind his eyes. At 2:37 a.m., my phone buzzed. Unknown number. My entire body froze. One message, no name, just
He should have kept running.
my blood turned ice cold instantly. Then another message appeared.
Now we know where he sleeps.